Hi everyone, this is going to be our writing warm-up for today. Now, Mrs. McKenna spent all of last week going over the different sentence types with you. So you should have spent a lot of time in your writing warm-ups last week becoming familiar with writing the different types of sentences and knowing what the end punctuation is for the end of each sentence. So today, we're going to do a really quick warm-up where we're going to revisit those sentence types, but they have to be sentences about the picture that I give you. So we're going to do this one together first, and then I'm going to give you a different picture all around our story Rumpelstiltskin, and you need to write 4 different sentence types about the picture. So let's do this one together first. First of all, I want to talk about a statement sentence. They're the most common kinds. They're just stating something, telling us something, and they end in a full stop. So a statement about this picture where we've got the miller's daughter, and this is the part where she's just been locked in the room full of straw and she's beginning to weep. She's realising that if she doesn't spin this straw into gold, she's going to die, but she can't in fact do it. She doesn't know, it's impossible. You can't spin straw into gold. It would take some kind of magic. So a statement could be, the miller's daughter began to weep. Or she sat in the room full of straw and began to cry. They're 2 examples of a statement sentence about this picture. Full stop at the end, capital letter at the start. Can you think of another statement sentence about this picture? I want you to say it out loud. Okay, the next kind of sentence type is a question. Now these ask something and they end in a question mark. So an example for this picture, what am I going to do? Can you think of any other question sentences that you might write about this picture? Where did all the straw come from? So you'll notice these two sentences have a question mark at the end. They are asking something, it's a question sentence. If you can think of another question sentence about this picture, say it out loud now. Why is she so upset? That's another example. Okay, the third type we have is a command sentence. Now, a command sentence is telling someone to do something. It's giving a command. It can end in a full stop or it can end in an exclamation mark. So I've got an example here of a command. Spin this straw into gold before dawn. And I've put an exclamation mark because it's a strong command. I wanted to emphasize that. Commands can also have a full stop at the end. Now the last, can you think of a command sentence to write about this picture? And say it out loud. Okay, and the last sentence type is exclamation. So that shows strong emotions or strong feelings, and they do have an exclamation mark at the end to express those strong feelings. So I've got an example. Oh, the miller's daughter, I can't see the end. The miller's daughter feared for her life. So I've put an exclamation mark at the end there to show the strong emotion or the strong feeling. So there's some examples for you. Now it's your turn. Let's have a look at the picture on the next slide. Okay, this is the part of the story where the miller's daughter has now become queen. And she's had a child, and there's the baby sitting there in the bassinet or the cradle. And Rumpelstiltskin has returned. And she wants the queen to give him what she promised, which was the firstborn child. And you can see in the queen's hand is a list of names because she's trying to guess the little man's name, and that means that she gets to keep her child. So your job right now is I want you to write a sentence. You're going to write 4 sentences, a statement sentence about the picture, a question sentence, a command sentence, and an exclamation sentence, all about this picture. And I also want you to think about what Mrs. McKenna worked on with you last week using your 5-part sentences. So we'd love you to share these with us in the morning WebEx tomorrow. So try and make them as interesting as you can. A quick writing warm-up, 4 sentences to do with this picture, 1 of each. If you feel like a challenge, you might do 2 of each. But we want to see some really interesting sentences using those 5-part sentences as well. Great, thanks 3-4s.